Coming at you live from my home studio in beautiful La Puente, California. This is the All Dodgers podcast. It is, one, it's a birthday show for your boy. I turned older. Two, it's the Dodgers being one win away from a World Series berth, their first since the year of our Lord 2020. And hey, that 2020 season was pretty dang good for the Dodgers. So we're reacting to this game. Already did it on Dodgers territory. Now me and my boy Kevin Skinner, producer 7. Was it producer 7? Kevin, too many names, too many things in there. We're gonna throw that in there. But let's bring him into the chat here. What's going on, Kevin? We got to win. 10-2 Dodger victory. When they're scoring, they only know how to score in bunches in this series, man. But instant reactions. Go ahead.
It's so when I said yesterday, that was yesterday. God, that feels like forever ago. That I love comfortable wins, and because they're kind of hard to come by. Yeah. I didn't think we'd get 2 in a row, so I love me some comfortable wins, and I love when they come in bunches. So it's I'm feeling froggy over here, as you'd say.
Feeling froggy, and it sounds like maybe the misso is in bed because we don't have as an excited of a Kevin so far tonight. But we'll get you there. We'll get there.
We'll get there. A couple super chats maybe. We'll see what else.
And I know you said last night you were wearing the Mookie Betts jersey tonight. You picked the right jersey to wear, my friend.
Right.
Mookie Betts breaking out. I'm calling it his breakout party. My God, Mookie Betts goes and drops a 4-hit game, homer, double, 5 RBI, I think it is. They're
nearly
finding ways, man.
Hit for the cycle.
Nearly hit for the cycle. They're just finding a bunch of ways to keep on winning and doing different things. And we talked about it just a few minutes ago on Dodgers territory. They're doing it without Teoscar Hernandez contributing in this series. Barely anything from Will Smith. It's fucking impressive what we're seeing out of this team. Everybody contributing. I said it. Tommy Edman batting cleanup for this team and doing a good job at it. Come on.
Tommy Edman reminds me of Chris Taylor in 2017. He just really does. It's bat to ball, it's base paths, it's everything fundamentally you want done right. He's doing it. Yeah. And it's what this team has been missing. It's why they can sustain, with a bunch of lefties, Teoscar going silent, or Will Smith just, I don't even know, on the side of a milk carton at this point. So, for the better part of 3 months. So it comes down to guys like Tommy Edman. I would say Kike looks like 2017 Kike, but it's Kike. So
it is Kike.
It probably is.
Let's fire off some comments here. By the way, guys, we also do have voicemails. If anybody wants to call in, I haven't even looked at the voicemail hotline yet, but call into the show. You see the number right there, 562-373-4095. Taking calls. Probably won't be as long of a show today because it is my birthday. I am tired. I have been going all goddamn day long, quite literally, but we're still here. I saw a comment that said, it's like, why are you not doing something for your birthday? I'm here with you guys. I'm here to party. Dodgers 1 win away from a World Series. Alexander Rose says, hit that like button for Clint. Hit that like button for my birthday. Hit that like button for the channel, guys. Hit the subscribe as well if you're not subscribed already. Trying to get to 8,000 subscribers. That's the next big mark for the channel. We'd appreciate it if you'd help out along the way. But what are you seeing in the comments there, Chief?
Syndrome, love this, people. Please like and subscribe so Clint could take some shots. You may take a little donation here or there, but maybe we'll do a celebratory one in a little bit. A lot of happy birthdays for you. We gotta love that.
Thank you much.
I don't know, saying CT3 is beyond cooked. Might as well blindfold him. He might have a better chance.
He had a hit tonight.
He totally had a hit. And when the best outcome in my head is just don't hit into a double play, you're in a bad spot. It's just that's all I'm hoping for is just strike out. Don't hit into a double play. Yeah. At least he's doing that. So,
but he found some ways to get on base. Found some ways to try to set up Shohei to do what he does best and hit with runners in scoring position. Shohei left the baton for Mookie tonight. That's what I love. And I've been wanting to see Mookie, and I said it in Discord earlier today as well. And I think I even said it on Twitter. It's like the guys I'm looking for in this game against Quintana, with Lux out, with Freeman out, it's Mookie Betts, it's Tommy Edman, and it's Kike. And maybe if we're lucky, Teo could break out of his over. Teo did not, but Mookie took the reins, and again, a couple big, important, contributing pieces from Kike, from Tommy Edman, both of those guys driving in a run early in the game. We're going to pause for a second here so I can remind you guys about BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for everything sports betting. Every stat, matchup breakdown, even live odds and spreads to bet on during the games. They have the largest catalog of odds and everything from football to our MLB playoffs. There's NHL, there's NBA, there's even political props in there if you want to bet on that. You're weird, but some people do that. The game's over. If there's not a game happening at that moment, you can head over to their online casino, get in on a game of blackjack, get in on a game of poker, unwind with over 150 slot games right there at your fingertips. Head to the website today. Get in on the action. Bet online. The game starts here. And the show resumes now. I don't know, since his hit, talking about Chris Taylor, his hit was almost an error. It probably should be an error.
Well, he really was busting it down the line. The error just comes on the bobble. But, I mean, Chris Taylor's fast. And he got out of the box pretty quick. And he smoked the ball. So, yeah. I don't know. I kind of don't mind the... Like, if the throw is offline, then maybe. But it was a good throw, so...
All right. Well, we got a number of things we could dive into here. The bullpen, the offense. We've already kind of talked a good amount about the offense here. We'll get back into it. Yamamoto. We should probably start on Yamamoto because they say momentum is as good as your next day's pitcher. Even though Shohei got the team on the board in the first inning,
he is our pitcher though.
He's our pitcher next year. I'll take that. We'll take. I'll give you a penalty on that one. But Yamamoto pulled after 4 1/3 innings, 73 pitches, but more than did his job, the same as Walker Buehler last night. Arguably his nastiest stuff we've seen. The splitter was moving, the slider. He went to the slider, something he hasn't really done very much since that shoulder injury. What'd you like about Yama there?
There were 3 things I took away from this start. The 3 things I took away were, 1, his fastball. He was pitching up in the zone after he gave up the homer to Vientos. He started throwing his fastball a little bit more up in the zone, which I know he's a big tunneling guy, but when he throw 96, 97, and as straight as an arrow, if you can just get people to swing under that, it looks really good. Second thing, his command was pretty much there with all the secondary stuff, which I loved. And I don't have the exact numbers on me, but it really felt like as we got into the 3rd and 4th inning, he was mostly a secondary guy, and he threw a fastball when he needed to. Yeah. And I think that's where he's at his best, when he's landing breaking balls. So they have to respect them. And then, oh, look, here's 96 just right by you. I think that's where he can live and be successful, because his fastball, metrics-wise, isn't very good. It's straight. It doesn't have a lot of ride. It's just accurate. So when he can land his breaking stuff and use his fastball as kind of a put-away pitch, I think we're going to continue to see him be as successful as he has been in now his last 2 postseason starts.
Absolutely love that takeaway there. Great stuff. Fully agree. And I could think back to early editions of like Dodgers territory, for example, my co-host Alana not being sold on Yamamoto, really not sold on Yama for most of the season, very much not sold on the fastball. He's got to be, when he's at his best, he's got to be kind of almost a breaking ball first pitcher. Yeah, it's 96, but like you said, there's not a ton of movement. There's not a lot of ride to that fastball, but if he can use it to put away, if he can use it for some punch and have it play off of that splitter, that's what you're going to see tonight. He had a bunch of swing and miss, did rack up the Ks. What is it, 8 Ks, 7 Ks tonight in 4 1/3 innings. Looked phenomenal. And again, did exactly what this team needed again. Gone are the days of your guy going out there and giving you 6, 7, 8 innings. This team, you're seeing the blueprint now. You're absolutely seeing the script. They entered this postseason, with the plan. And I think we need to remind ourselves of this plan. It's going to be short starts, and it's going to be lean on that strong bullpen. And this bullpen continues to be strong. Another, 4 scoreless, 4 2/3 scoreless from this bullpen. And that's going to be that's the strategy. And I'm good with that strategy because that bullpen is so damn strong. And then Flaherty can be your guy that's going to give you the length when you need him, and Flaherty goes tomorrow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Clearly Dave is relying heavily on his bullpen. I don't know if we want to get into them now, or do you want to talk a little bit more Yamamoto? Because we can do.
Let's do this. Let's fire off a voicemail right now. Go ahead. What do you got?
No. Oh no. Let's do.
I thought you because you said so, and I was very hurt and very confused. Let's see. We had somebody just call in. I see my guy Noah. Noah called in after the game. Let's hear what Noah has to say before we get into everybody else.
Well, what up, guys? It's Noah, as you know. And damn, guys, we are going to win the World Series. The big reason why the Mets are doing bad is because I'm sure, as you could see, they don't have the play discipline that the Padres did. I, in all honesty, think the Padres were going to win the World Series if we did not beat them. We are going to win the World Series. The Yankees, at least from the eye test and seeing their games, they tend to chase a lot, unlike the Dodgers. We will win the World Series this year, guys. And Tommy Edman was probably the best low-key pickup in the trade deadline. He is my NLCS MVP because he's been on base every single time Ohtani has made a homer. At least that's what it feels like. And, by the way, happy birthday, Clint.
Thank
Yay!
you much.
Oh, love it.
Hopefully, Clint will be, should I say, on the Discord talking, which everybody here should join. Bye-bye. Oh, and by the way, fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot, and fuck Manny Machado.
Hey, our guy Noah dropping
Love
some
it.
F-bombs, feeling good. Thank you very much for the birthday love from the man, Noah. He's watching the show right now. He said it in the comments. He's watching. He can't really comment too much right now because I think he's doing some work or he's hanging out with the boss or something like that. They're at Buffalo Wild Wings, you know. Got to have a good time.
I want to touch on two things he talked about there because
Okay,
I think they're really good points. One is watching this series. My God, were the Padres a good team?
Mm-hmm.
Like just a damn good team, and we've been saying it, and we gave them all kinds of love.
Yeah, I mean, we glazed them hard after.
We did, and it's just I didn't realize it until it's just like we didn't have a comfortable win at all. I mean, Game 5 was like was 2-0. You know what I mean? So there's that, and then two, because I wrote about this last year. It's actually one of the first articles I wrote after you hired me. Was why the Dodgers offense failed. And one thing I found was they went from being a team that took a lot of pitches at bat. I think they saw like something along the lines of like like in the regular season, they saw like 4.6 pitches per at bat. And then in the postseason, they saw like 3.2. And it went from being like one of the best to being on par with the Washington Nationals. And I just remember that. And watching these at bats in this series specifically, and a little bit in the DS, it's back to really just making the pitchers come to them, especially with Max Muncy walking all over the place. You know, Shohei today, I mean, it's probably the best at-bats I've seen from him. He's not swinging at pitches in the right-hander's batter's box as much. Mookie's waiting for his pitch. Like, everybody is just, like, being patient. So, those are just two things that I just wanted to touch on because those things have stood out. Those things stood out to me today specifically. And we have two super chats, so if you want to read those, because they're about you.
Swollen Sausage, my man, the man with the avocados, the man with the plants, says, happy birthday, Clint. Hope you're having fun today. I'm going to have fun tomorrow. Today was a day of a lot of work, a lot of hump and hustle. I literally have not stopped at any point today. So cheers. Holy shit. Well, before that, first, let's do this. Let's have a drink for that. I be stroking. $5 super chat. Listen, all super chats are created equal in my eyes, guys. I love you all, but Matt fucking coming in clutch here. $50 super chat from Goat Yachty, the legend, my boy. Appreciate you, my dude. Says, just want to wish you a happy birthday, brother. Hey, my man. Love you too, buddy.
I bought a little bit of Jameson for you, so I'm doing a little bit harder stuff today.
Oh, well, also we don't want you to drink in the real good stuff, which we know we were talking about last time. He was at one of these shows, guys. He was drinking maybe stuff he shouldn't be drinking on here. It's a little too pricey and very hard to find. But Roach, I see it. I'm not going to read the comment, but I see your comment there. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love here in the chat. You know, be doing this show either way. You know. Super chats or no, we're here to ride together, hopefully ride through a parade. I saw somebody saying that in the comment as well. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here for a parade. This team wants a parade. Kike Hernandez said that today, I think it was.
Yeah, he did. I can't believe
Kike being very quotable this postseason.
He's been so quotable, and also like we missed out on Kike dancing at a parade, and I'm kind of bummed about that because I was too wrapped up in being excited about 2020. And I think about it, it's like,
oh yeah, there's
Kike
a lot.
Didn't get to dance.
There's absolutely a lot that this team that we all missed out on. When we're talking about the way they celebrated doing like Zoom calls on Sportsnet LA with John Hartung and Jerry Hairston. No, we got fucked. We got fucked. You know, people don't want to talk about, or people want to talk about, oh, it's a fake championship 2020 or whatever. You know, they won. Everybody wanted to win it. Everybody had as much opportunity to win as the Dodgers. They would have been happy if they won it, but they did not. But what fans really got robbed for that party, that celebration, to see all of those guys. And you and I talked about it. I don't know if it was offline or if it was on one of these shows. I think it was offline. But what I would love to see is if and when this team goes out there and wins the World Series, and I did say win because I'm feeling it. I think this Dodgers team is better than everybody left in the postseason right now, even the Yankees. But I would love to see them welcome back some of the boys from 2020.
Oh, yeah.
JT should be there. Alex Woody's watching this postseason intently, watching his boys, by the way. My guy, Ross Stripling, welcome him back. Like, they deserve to be there. I don't think anybody's going to be upset if they're there. And I think all of them are free agents as well, so they technically could. They earned it. They earned that opportunity.
I mean, yeah, I'd love to see, it's not going to happen because these guys are under contract, but like Siegs, Cody, those guys come back for a parade. I mean, Siegs won World Series MVP and he didn't get you know what I mean? Like he got a truck, but no parade.
Oh God. Well, hold on. One, I see but holy fuck. All right. Pause. Okay. Apparently, it was me and Mrs. FRG talking about that idea, for one, to pin that. So, producer Mrs. FRG in the living room. Two, Crypto Bill said, I could smell a parade. And my God, we have the super chats going off. We're going full screen on this one, guys. One, thank you from the bottom of my darkened soul. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys are phenomenal people. I do this for free. This is a labor of love, but you guys make me feel like a special little girl. I promise you that. But let's see. We got Jesse Beer. Happy birthdays, Clint. Hometown kid going to lead his hometown team to the World Series tomorrow. Jack Flaherty on the bump for your boys. And I'll drink to that. Love that. Bob Nightingale, my man. The real Bob Nightingale, it's not, but can't blame Nick. But in all seriousness, Clint, you bring us all together. We appreciate it. Happy birthday, baby. Appreciate you, my man. Let's see. Let's do a crack the whip on that guy. You guys are killing it. What do you think? Pour up a shot and listen to a voicemail? I think that sounds about right, guys. And we'll keep talking about this game. You guys are awesome. I really cannot tell you enough how much I appreciate you, how much I love you all, doing this thing for you guys and showing the love back. I
might have had too much of this bottle already.
It warms my soul. But let's listen. We got Alexander Rose on the voicemail hotline, guys. You guys can still call in too. You see the number there, but let's go.
Here, Alexander Rose back with another message. And man, oh my God. We are one away from the World Series. Oh, my God. Now, look. Job's not finished.
No.
Job's not finished. Job's not finished. Job's not finished. And please, can we put in Barnesy at this point? Will Smith, you're killing me. You're killing everybody. Put in Barnesy. Final message. Dodgers in 4. Dodgers in 4. Job's not finished. Bye. And happy birthday, Clint.
Thank you very much, Alexander Rose. You know what? I'm backtracking some stuff.
Let's do it.
Job's not finished. We need to have that mentality. I had a comment earlier today on Dodgers territory. Somebody saying somebody telling me I don't like the way you're talking about the World Series, and I told them in the comment I'm deciding to lean all in on, we've had that timid feeling in the last two postseasons in particular. Like the Dodgers felt kind of timid entering those postseasons, and we saw what happened. Now I'm just saying, F it. We're the Dodgers. Come get us. Come mess with your boys.
Oh, yeah.
What is it? And I know you're going to cringe when I say it, but they said it at the start of the postseason. They not like us. Kendrick said it. Anthony Anderson told us it 1,000 times as well. These teams aren't built like the Dodgers, and these Dodgers are built on pain and suffering and hopes and dreams and a lot of talent and some scrappy dudes.
And Dr. Neil Elatrash's medical degree.
Shout out. Hey, you know what? I'm going to do a shot for Dr. Neil. You keep spitting.
I had a thought today on the bus to work in my Mookie Betts jersey because I just people know when the Dodgers are playing in the postseason, I wear a jersey every day. So the thought I had was because I was feeling good about today. I was feeling frisky. I was like, man, they've got their foot on the pedal. You got Yama's going. Shohei looks like he's showing up. Mookie's rolling. I felt good about today. I was like, okay, you go up 3-1, unless it's the 20 Dodgers all over again, which was already an anomaly, and they, the Mets somehow come back from 3-1. You go to the World Series, and it brought back like the memories of 17 and 18 where they couldn't get the job done, and how long that offseason felt, and how let down I was because you get so far just to get let down. Now, I'm not trying to bring the vibes down, but I was trying to remember that, and it got me to the point of just got to savor the moment and just got to get there. And Muncie's been saying it this entire time. Every time they show up to the field, it's 0-0. It's, they're not up 3-1 tomorrow. It's 0-0. It's a best of 3 starting tomorrow, and they got to win, they got to win a game. So I think the team has the right mentality. I think they're, 3-1 is even if the Mets somehow win tomorrow, they will get a pitching advantage, but it would be tough, I think, for any team, no matter the pitching situation at all, to take 3 games from this Dodger squad.
Absolutely.
Because the bats are so resilient. The bullpen is just so nasty. Like, guys, I know a lot of people don't like to talk about like bullpen games, and bullpen games used to give me the shivers. This year, a bullpen game is like basically like ace level pitching. So, if game six goes to a bullpen game, bring it. I'm here for it. And I said Dodgers in 6 anyway, so it just proved me right.
Yeah, I mean, I said Dodgers in 6 as well. Alana said Dodgers in 5. It's feeling a good little bit like Dodgers in 5. I also said after game 1, I said Dodgers in 3. But then, I think the Mets rode that a little bit right there.
I don't think you can win a 7-game series.
Exactly.
Anyway,
but as I said, it's completely impossible, but it's fun. Guys, I'm going to pause for a second here to tell you to hit that subscribe button, because I see Diane Schroeder in there making sure to tell people subscribe, like the video, share it if you can. I know my guys, Jeff and Vince, or just Jeff, went live right now. Trying to go hard this postseason, trying to be here for everybody, have a good time. We will be post-gaming tomorrow on DT. If there's a win, we might not. If there's a loss, still TBD. I am having a party tomorrow, so I got some things to figure out. But I'm here today with everybody, and we're going to keep rocking as much as we can. I'm seeing some hatred in the chat.
Let's do it.
For Grimace. For Grimace. And you should hate Grimace. Grimace, the Dodgers killed Grimace. Somebody call it.
I'm a Hamburglar guy, so
my man. You know what? We'll give the clap to the Hamburglar. Let's go back to the voice.
Wait, what? Pause.
Let's go back to the voicemail hotline. We got 2 more loaded up. This one, Denny Cortez called in the morning, early morning time, and I love when Denny calls in. She kills it on these voicemails. Let's listen to what Denny has to say at 6:39 in traffic, according to the transcript.
Good morning, Dodger fam, Clint Nation. This is Danny Cortez calling this morning from the damn 215 freeway in traffic. Just feeling good, though, about last night's game. Walker effing Bueller. Looking almost like vintage Bueller, which I freaking love. We met the guy this year at Dodger Fest, and man, that guy is he's a class act. Love that guy, love his fire, and, seeing that emotion and that fire, I know it gets those guys fired up in the dugout. Muncie said it on his interview, so I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling good. I don't know about this stupid freeway and the traffic, but still, I'm feeling good about this Dodger team. Credit to Roberts and Pryor for sticking with Buehler and,
absolutely
just sticking with him, believing in him. He looked great last night. So just thought I'd call in and share, but thanks. And F the 215 freeway. Bye.
Hey, guys, don't think you have to wait for a game to call into that voicemail hotline, especially once we get into like off-season time after the Dodgers win a World Series and we have a parade inside our city and all this kind of stuff. Be calling in. I see Denny in the chat. Appreciate you, Denny. Love your voicemails all the time. F the 215 freeway. We talked a lot about Buehler last night, and I don't want this show to be extremely long. It has been a day, and it is still my birthday, so I want to have a little bit of fun with my life. Not that I'm not having fun hanging out with my guy Kevin and hanging out with the chat and everything, but afterwards I did watch the Buehler post game and hearing like Max, like Denny had brought up there, how much this team does believe and how much, like, I think we all do believe in the ghost of Walker Buehler postseason Buehler. It's a real thing. And Walker had said, like, I don't care about the season. I don't care about anything else. I care about 25 other guys feeling good about me being on the mound in the biggest games. And that's some shit that you earn. Walker Buehler has earned every bit of it. And the legend of postseason Walker continues, and hopefully we get one or two more starts. I mean, it looks like two more starts lined up for Walker this postseason. It could be, depending on how quick that World Series goes. But hey, now we're getting really ahead of ourselves, so we'll go ahead and calm down.
Yeah, he's definitely earned that. It's pretty phenomenal to go from should this guy make the postseason roster to the Dodgers have three legitimate starters at this point, and Walker Buehler is just one of them. I love Butane. He's one of my favorite Dodgers probably ever, and especially that I've ever seen. Love what he brings to the mound. Love the fire he brings. Like I said last night, I love him chirping at former teammates. That's just so cool.
It really is.
It's cool when you get a guy like that who knows he needs to show up in big games, and for his takeaway to be, I just want the 25 other guys here to believe in me. That's leadership. That's doing it the right way, playing for the right reasons. So, especially for a veteran guy like that too, to go what he's gone through, he didn't make it about himself unless asked specifically about himself. He made it about the other guys in that clubhouse. So that's really cool. And I know for a fact that the guys behind him want to play for him, and despite the results at points, they do try
defense kind of
really hard for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Walker's one of those dudes, and at this point, I mean, we're entering the postseason, and I don't want to, this was yesterday's game, but when you're entering the postseason, you're like, man, we could be in the waning days, the final few pitches of Walker and Dodger Blue. At this point, he's done enough to bring him back. I want to see Walker continue. I want to see what he can do. As we saw this year, my good friend Tim Rogers likes to say it, you can never have enough pitching. We saw it this year. We know Gavin Stone isn't going to be a factor next year because of that shoulder surgery, which we technically haven't talked about on the channel. Walker Buehler, back. World Series champion 2 times over. Walker Buehler should be back in Dodger Blue. Let's talk a little bit more about this game. We got one more voicemail, then we'll look ahead. Maybe 2 more. Did somebody just call in?
Whoa. Yeah. Before we jump into any of that.
Oh.
Syndrome. Go for it, dude. It's at you. Might as well be read in your voice.
Appreciate you, Syndrome. Love you for the hype you've been bringing to the show in recent days and all of that. You've been rocking with us. And first super chat on the channel. Very much appreciate that. We're gonna hit the double bell because I have that there. It says at Clint, love the game after review. Please do it for the postseason. People like and subscribe to Clint so he can take some shots. I'll take a drink for you here, Syndrome. Much appreciated. Much love. We're going to keep it going all postseason long. You see it on the title card all postseason long. We're going to be here. I'm going to be also On Dodgers territory, myself, Alana Rizzo. We're having a lot of fun doing this. Dodgers territory, I'm running the show now too. So sometimes I don't even know what's going on, but I know exactly what's going on, and it can be, I wouldn't say frightening. It's exhilarating. $1.99 super chat. Richard Flores. It says, about time we have an FU attitude, no mercy. Thank you, Richie. This guy gets it. DJ Jesse in the chat says, salud, Clint. Thank you very much. Denny says, shots. Well, I guess I got to take a shot. Where'd I put my bottle? There you are. I'll have a shot for Denny and F the 215 freeway.
True.
Matt in the chat asking, or saying, I wonder if the Mets players get even more demoralized. Well, it went away. With all the boos from their own fans. I think I said after game one, you can get a sense. You could look at the Mets and see them kind of held together with smoke and mirrors and, a little bit of hope and prayer and throwing a quarter in the fountain in front of some building in Times Square or whatever the hell you do in Times Square. I don't know. I've never been. I had an analogy going, but I lost it. But when they met the big boys, when they met a real team like the Los Angeles Dodgers, now we're not even. We're not dipping a toe. We're jumping into the hubris pool here. Facing the Mets almost felt like you're playing a bad Marlins team. You're playing a bad White Sox team. Maybe not that far. The Mets,
that's historically bad.
They don't look that good. I don't know if it's that they don't look that good or the Dodgers are just have enough going. Again, they're not firing on all cylinders at all. But if we're looking at a V12, they got 10 cylinders firing. Do the Dodgers right now?
Oh, yeah. The Dodgers, they're never going to have all 12 cylinders firing because that's just not how baseball works. But I think when you look at the Mets, they're a good team. Obviously, they're here. They're one of the final 4 teams standing. But, like I said earlier, when you compare them to the Padres, the lineup isn't as deep. The bullpen isn't as scary. They do have starting pitching, but so did the Padres. So there's nothing that the Mets bring that the Padres didn't.
No.
And if anything, I think the Padres brought it better. And especially when you consider the fact that the Padres see the Dodgers pitchers more often. So the batters have a little bit more of an edge against this bullpen. And their starters, just their pitching in general. Yeah, when you run into a team like the Dodgers who, I know we talk about how injured they are and how they're kind of limping into the playoffs. They have the best record in baseball still.
Yeah.
They're still and
they're pretty damn good.
I caught myself thinking about this too. It's just they're still the freaking Dodgers. They didn't get to the first seed by accident. They are one of the best teams in baseball. I think a lot of our hesitations regarding this team were based off prior postseason experiences, rightfully so. But, the way this roster is constructed, it is a damn good roster.
Yeah.
So
I want to address a comment in here. Good stuff from Kevin, by the way. First, let's give Kevin a few points there. But NoNay220 in the chat says, everyone's on Walker's nuts now. That's what I thought. So many people were saying he was cooked, goofy bastards. Hey, NoNay, if you've been watching me at all this season, if you watch especially the entirety of the season, the nut writing on Walker from me was always there. At times, it was hard. It was hard. What? I can pause. At times it was getting difficult to remain on the Walker train, but I knew at some point he would find something. And it took him the entire season to kind of realize what we saw in that Francisco Lindor at bat. He's not a fastball pitcher anymore. The same way, like Kevin, you said earlier, talking about Yamamoto. He has a nasty fastball, but he's not a fastball pitcher. He's got to work that fastball off of the breaking pitches. And for Walker to throw that bender in there, throw that curveball to get Lindor out, and then in the postgame say 18, 19, 20, 21, 1,000% going to that fastball. It took him the entire season to learn, to realize, I can't do that. And he brought it at the most important time. But my faith, my belief, my hope never wavered when it comes to Butane, and we wouldn't be here without him because they would have no starting pitching at all.
None
Ivy Stroken says no Diddy, by the way.
I always had a cautious optimism, with him being one of my favorite players. I didn't want to just jump right back on the train because if he failed, as devastating as it would be for him, obviously it would have sucked for me because, I didn't buy his jersey lightly. I did it because I just love the guy and what he brings. I remember saying when he, had a hip injury, it might have been a real hip injury.
Maybe it was, yeah.
If he was, but, it seemed like a break. I remember saying, it takes rock bottom to reinvent yourself. It might take him this really low point to realize, I can't do what he used to do, or he can't do what he used to do. And he needs to reinvent himself. And so far he's done it. My entire estimation of what he could do was he could still be a really, really good pitcher. I just didn't think it would happen this year. I thought it was going to take another year, another off season.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Tweaking and really fine tuning his mechanics. I didn't think it'd show up in the playoffs this soon. Not because of him not showing up in big games, just because I thought it was too soon. So I just can't speak highly enough about him. I know, again, it's yesterday's game, but
it's yesterday's game. We should be glazing more on Yama, but we got that from Yama in his game 5.
I can glaze Yama from one fellow Japanese man to another. I can glaze him all day.
Let's do this. Let's talk one last bit about this game. Let's take one last voicemail because I do have Richie loaded up, and I kind of just love ending the voicemails on Richie because they're always so good. Not to say nobody or people, other voicemails are not as good or whatever. I love them all. We can make a shirt out of F the 215 freeway, I feel like, already. And then we'll look ahead to tomorrow's game a little bit, and then we'll get out of here. But I just kind of have some series thoughts I wanted to get through here real quick. What I love about this series, and it's kind of been, evident, I think, since after Game 3 of the NLDS. Maybe it's before, but I'm deciding to pick that. There's a different hero every night for this team, whether it's Kike, Mookie tonight, getting Edman in there, Shohei having something big that happened in Game 1, of course, kind of Game 1 of the DS where he put the team on his back. I think completely reset what could have been a similar feeling to what we had in Game 1 of the DS last year, where they put up 6 runs. The Diamondbacks put up 6 runs against Kershaw, 1 out, and we get this immediate existential dread and everything. All the walls are closing in on us. We feel terrible about it. Shohei was that guy then. We didn't need him last night. Tonight he was that guy to lead the game off because Quintana had kind of been a dude in the NLDS for the Mets. He had a big start. But Teo, even earlier, Teo doing something in the DS for this team, kind of putting him on his back in certain points. Kike Hernandez, 1,000% putting this team on his back at various points through this postseason. The only guy you're really missing this postseason is Will Smith, but you're seeing Will shine through with that pitching staff. This whole postseason so far has been just so special for these Dodgers. And these are those ones, like, I don't even want to say the alternative. You need to win so this team could be forever cemented in Dodgers history as one of the best, if not the best of all time. And I understand we're talking about 7 different, World Series championship teams in Dodgers history. Some historic, some legendary names. You got Koufax in there. You got Campanella in there. You've got, Jackie in there. But this could be one of the best teams we've ever seen, especially in recent vintage over the last 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You need to have it so this team could be forever cemented in that Dodger lore, not just a footnote of a very good team that just came up short. Different hero every night, and they got to keep that going, whether it's the bullpen, the starter, or in that lineup. It's a fun team to watch, and I hope everybody's enjoying it as much as people like me and your guy Kevin are enjoying it. Yeah. I'll give you a second to piggyback off of that.
No, I'd love to, because this is something I was thinking about today, because the beauty of blowout wins is you get to kind of bask in them and think other things as opposed to, oh my God, please throw a good pitch or please hit a home run. I was thinking, like, if the Dodgers pull this off, 3-1 lead, likely they do, who could be an NLCS MVP? And the fact that I can come up with so many candidates for so many different reasons really shows how special this team is. I can make an argument for Shohei Ohtani. I can make an argument for Mookie Betts. I could make an argument for Tommy Edman. I can make an argument for Max Muncy, so on and so forth. Jack Flaherty, if he shows up tomorrow, like, you can make an argument for him too.
Yeah.
2 games.
He could very much be an MVP for sure.
Yeah, like the fact that I can there's not one dude that's just carrying this team on his back is what makes this team really, really special in my mind. It's not Corey Seager just like dragging the corpses of, ball players behind him. There are 26 dudes really playing 25, because I haven't seen Austin Barnes yet, really playing for each other. And that's awesome. And, realistically, Tommy Edman could win an NLCS MVP if he continues to do what he has been doing, both with the glove and with the bat. So, like you said, there's a lot of guys playing for each other. And this is like one of the best overall teams we've seen at least in my lifetime. This really feels like a 2017
I was just about to say
team.
that.
Like, I know 2020 did it all.
Yeah,
the
17 had that glow, and I think the fact that we were robbed.
Yeah.
By the way, never mind. I'm going to skip this because I was going to show something that's just going to piss people off, and the only reason it's on my desk is because I still had it, and I'm trying to I find a way to sell it. But let's just say it has something to do with them Houston Astros.
Them damn Astros.
But no, I so fully agree with you on that. Like, if there's one team you could point to, especially in this, the Friedman, the Guggenheim era, it is that 17 team. The 13 team has some of that lore as well. I mean, if Joe Kelly didn't fuck up Hanley Ramirez, maybe that's another thing. Still too soon. 11 years later, still too soon. But this is a fun baseball team. And you mentioned Tommy Edman. Alana asked me that just about an hour ago on DT. Who's your MVP? I thought about it, and I was like, I don't think I really need to think about it. Tommy Edman pressed into action, playing a position he didn't really. He has a month and a half of baseball under his belt this year because of injuries, and think of how he had some big hits in that 17. A lot of people don't like it's not they don't like to. A lot of people don't remember in 2017. The Dodgers didn't have Corey Seager in the NLCS. Charlie Culberson had to step in there, and he did a fine job at short. He got a couple little base knocks in there as well. Again, another team that had aura. But Tommy Edman, what he's doing for this team, nobody else. What are the words I'm looking for? He's doing whatever it takes. He's being very selfless as a baseball player. Bunts, sac flies, big doubles, batting right-handed against a right-handed pitcher, all this kind of stuff. It's special, and again, pressed into duty at shortstop and looking very good at the position. We understand he's a Gold Glover in the past at second base. He's played a lot of center. He's played everywhere, but he's doing it for the first time coming to the Dodgers, and with all of the accolades that you get as a Cardinal, we're talking about the Dodgers. Kind of a different ball game, even though the Cardinals have more World Series and all that kind of stuff. Diane Schroeder says you gotta love Tommy Edman. Ramble Ron says Max is my MVP for sure. Max has had a phenomenal series as well.
Broke the record most on base.
That's crazy, man.
Most
consecutive on
consecutive on base.
There you go. Yeah, played appearances.
That's beat Hank Aaron. I whenever you beat Hank Aaron at anything.
I think if the players had their opportunity, if they were voting on an NLCS MVP or a Series MVP, in this one they would go. In my opinion, I think they would go Tommy Edman. If Jack Flaherty goes and wins a game tomorrow, you could see a co-MVP.
Absolutely, but like somebody mentioned earlier, can the bullpen as a whole win an MVP? Because the NLDS doesn't get an MVP, but
no.
The Dodgers don't get out of the DS without the bullpen.
Absolutely not. I mean, that bullpen game in Game 4, I think that if you're pointing to a spot in this postseason that was kind of a momentum shifter for this clubhouse.
Sorry, thank you.
Yeah, for the clubhouse. Yeah, it was Reggie. It's that bullpen game in Game 4, like the vibes that happened from that, just what happened, I think, in all of their souls coming out of that game. We're still thriving on it. They're still living on it, man. And that's the thing that kind of created the bullpen. this postseason bullpen and struggles, or not struggles, but success for this bullpen.
Yeah, I just, because we're talking bullpen right now, because of the struggles he had, especially against left-handed pitching and everything, I just got to talk about my guy E. Philly for a little bit. Just bases loaded,
high leverage honey bun,
hunkers down, gets a lefty out. Jesse Winker gives
Dave.
it a ride.
Appreciate Dave leaving him in there.
That's the other part, is like Dave left him in. And I know, because that move could have killed him. If if Jesse Winker's ball goes out of the yard, or if it lands, people are questioning Dave, but Dave trusts his guy, and his trust was rewarded. And Evan Phillips, bared down and just showed why he's had the lowest ERA of relief pitchers since 2021 or something ridiculous like that. It just love what Phillips has shown. Despite, like I said, struggles against left-handed pitching earlier this year.
Yeah, I mean, Phillips again, and we can just keep going. I was hoping to keep the show a little bit shorter. Again, we got another voicemail just called in, by the way. But when we're talking,
I'll shut my trap.
No, it's all good. We're here. There's nobody telling us to turn out the lights. We're fine. I'm not doing anything special after the fact. With watching that ALCS game today and imagining Cleveland, the fans in Cleveland, how good they felt watching Emmanuel Clase enter. Just to watch what happened, gives up the lead, 2 homers there in his work. I think the thing I love most about this bullpen is that there is not a defined closer. There's not that guy that's going to be there to let you down. There's not a Kenley Jansen that's there to let you down. The fact that, so early in the DS, we saw Michael Kopech entering in the 5th inning. That's when we knew, they're not fucking around. They are not fucking around even slightly. They are here to win some. Dave is here to win some ball games, whether that's bringing in Kopech in the 3rd inning, in the 5th inning to close a game. Phillips to close a game. I think Anthony Banda has a save for the team in this postseason or whatever. There's no role. It's an entirely selfless bullpen as well. And I feel you lose more in this modern era having a lock or a designated closer rather than having this. Think of how many times, Brad Lidge on the walk-off or on the massive Albert Pujols homer. How many times more so we've seen teams turn away from their closer. Craig Kimbrell not getting in a game, an important game in that 18 World Series.
Left off the roster in Baltimore this year.
Left off the roster. Teams are better when they have this, when they just have a bunch of dudes ready to go and just get the most important hitters in the biggest lanes or what have you. So Anthony Keene in the chat says Cleveland fans went on an emotional roller coaster tonight, as did Yankees fans. I know a few Yankees fans, and I'm afraid to check my Instagram stories of the Yankees fans that I know because, your boy in there. But Syndrome says, as I fire up the voicemail screen here again, Syndrome says, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're here, seeing more people jumping in the chat. That must mean somebody just ended their live stream. I understand we started this live stream later. You don't get those notifications when it happens. None also said Tommy Tanks has been the catalyst so far in the postseason, my NLCS MVP for sure. But hey, let's listen to, so we did get one new voicemail. Let's listen to this, and then we'll listen to Richie. We'll talk about tomorrow's game, and then we'll get out of here. But new caller.
Hey, Clint, happy birthday, young man. This is Ramley Ties. Got 3 words for you. Marcus Lynn motherfucking Betts. Maybe 5 words.
That's 5 words.
Go blue.
Hey, we appreciate Ramley Ties calling into the show. Marcus Lynn Betts, Mookie Betts, MLB 50. breakout game of, he's had a few of them, breakout game of the postseason. But without further ado, we've been edging on Richie for a hot minute now. Let's get into Richie Flores on the voicemail hotline.
Wow, Clint, happy Thursday to you, or as I like to think of it, Friday Junior. Holy cow. The entire country is witnessing the Dodgers committing a felony on the New York Mets in games 3 and 4. Not only did we rip their hearts away, but the Mets offense is like a neutered dog. They're just not getting it. Mookie's on fire, which is going to protect Shohei. Tommy Edman has been a huge pickup. Love that dude. Really wish Teoscar would get going. Hey man, I bought your jersey. I spent over $100, dude. Don't let me regret it. Although I do have to complain about the strike zone. It was like shit in a chicken coop. It was all over the place. And finally, CT3. I love me some CT3, but I don't want to see that guy anywhere near the field unless he's cutting the lawn, okay? And finally, the beauty of this whole thing is that we're one game away from wrapping this bad boy up, and Manny Machado is sitting in his underwear at home scratching himself, watching the rest of this game as we are. So fuck the Dodger Stadium parking lot. Fuck the Big Apple. Fuck Times Square. Fuck the Empire State Building. Fuck the Statue of Liberty. And for the love of God, fuck the Ghost Runner. See ya.
Richie, always putting a smile on our face, bringing us all together. Fuck all that shit.
We're gonna eventually insult like every part of Los Angeles in this show.
I mean,
you got the 215 freeway. You got the
been there, done
Dodger
that.
Stadium parking lot. It's gonna keep going.
I saw you responded in the chat, by the way, to Young Yi. Great point. Ohtani likes that he signed with the Dodgers, not the Angels. He also probably likes that he signed with the Dodgers and not the Blue Jays. Sorry, Kev.
Too soon. Hey, man, if we can't talk about
hey, let's
Hanley
get
getting
this
injured. We can't talk about that article quite yet.
Let's get this show on a plane to Toronto. Let's look ahead at Game 5 of this NLCS. Stomp them out. That's my message to the boys. That's my message to Dave Roberts, to Andrew Friedman and company. Stomp them out. Rest versus rust. I don't care about having a few games off. A few days off. This team would benefit from it greatly. And again, I think they found the recipe for time off. It's just spending time with the boys. It's Flaherty, Jack Flaherty, the hometown kid, as they'll tell you time and time again. Jack Flaherty going against, I think, not birthday. Sorry, I saw super chat from I Will Flip You the Bird, $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much, I Will Flip You the Bird. I'm out of my drink there, so I'm gonna have to take a sip here. But I think it's a bullpen game tomorrow, unless they.
David Peterson's bench, he's given them some length. Hold on. Let me just.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Okay. No Diddy, huh?
No,
walk away from that one.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, he's got like 2-3 innings on.
But still, it's
September
a bullpen
29th.
Game. They don't have a starter. I don't think they're going. Is Senga? Is Senga going to be available at all for them? It is Peterson, by the way, who is slated as the opener.
He went 7 innings against Milwaukee on the 29th.
Okay,
so he can give them some length. I think he's just kind of a swing man. So it's not necessary. I don't know if they're going to qualify. They only took 12 pitchers, which is weird if you ask me.
That is very weird. Considering,
I don't know if they're qualified.
By the way, JD Martinez getting the Boo Birds. I feel bad for JD, but also at the same time, I do not. What do we need to see tomorrow before we get out of here and let you end it on this? What do you need to see tomorrow?
So 3 things. 1, I need to not get arrested right now.
Yeah, that's crime in Chicago going down. Yeah. What do you need to see?
I know, seriously. I'm on the north side too. Anyway,
oh wow.
No shade at the south side. I want to see Teoscar get going. Not because I think he's necessary for a win, because obviously he's done like literally nothing, and they still hold the 3-1 lead. But I want to see him get a little bit of momentum. I just want to see him take something into the next series. The last thing I need to see it's just it's the same thing with Jack Flaherty. I need to see another good start. Just again, building momentum into the next series. For the whole rest versus rust thing, I know Alana kind of touched on this. She wants the series to go 7 games, I guess, because God forbid the guys get a day off. But it's different this time around because let's say this Yankees-Guardians series goes 5 games, right? The Yankees come back from losing today. They're going to have the same amount of rest, more or less. This isn't like the Dodgers are going to rest for 5 days and then they're going to play a team that just wrapped up a series 2 days prior. Realistically, they're going to rest for a few days. The other team's also going to have a rest for a few days. So you kind of get resets on both parts or on both sides. And not to mention, I think the Dodgers kind of knocked the whole rest versus rust thing out of the water. They won game 1 against the Padres in, if I remember correctly, if my memory serves me well, in pretty convincing fashion.
Convincing enough fashion, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a whole lot of rest versus rust. I think rest just helps, resets the bullpen, gets guys like Freddie a little bit healthier. I think Will Smith could use a mental reset. Teoscar, same way. Point. So I think those guys could, use a blow. I don't think it will hurt a guy like Mookie or Shohei at all. I think they'll be fine. So,
yeah, we're in a good spot. You got Jack Flaherty coming off of an ace-like performance in Game 1, and the people are saying it in the chat. Major Chip Hazard says, I'm starting Jack Flaherty tomorrow without a doubt.
Just really quick.
Yes.
Major Chip Hazard, loved the handle. Small Soldiers was a defining movie in my childhood. That's all. That's all I want to say.
Glad we're making friends here on the internet, Kevin. God, King Yellowman.
I only have 220 followers on Twitter.
Sure, guys, give him a follow. You see it; it's under his head, under his face there. It says @Skinner7 Kevin. You'd probably get more followers if you change it to Producer Kevin.
I was literally thinking that. I've been too lazy to do it. I have to see if the handle is available. But I've been thinking about it.
Sack up. Nobody steal it right now. He's gonna do it. King Yellowman said Lol Senga. By the way, Keen says Mets going with the pen. We're going with Jack last time I checked. Yeah, and it's going to be, it feels like a bullpen game just because Peterson was in their bullpen. But it doesn't matter who's going on the bump. It could be the ghost of David Cone past, even though David Cone is still very much alive. It could be it could be Tom Seaver back from the dead, even though I think he's alive. I don't know.
Tom Seaver's alive.
It could be 1969 Nolan Ryan out there. I don't give a shit who it is.
No, Tom Seaver's like very dead. I'm such an ass.
You killed Tom Seaver?
How absolutely. He died 4 years ago.
Guys, follow him @Producer Kevin on Twitter and tell him he's a bad man for just right now killing Tom Seaver. We're gonna get don't know ball. We're gonna get demonetized, guys. But hey, there's a parade inside my city. Let's go clinch miss tomorrow. If there's a clinch miss, I will be back live tomorrow, Dodgers territory, myself, Alana Rizzo. If not, I might actually take a night off to, spend some time celebrating my birthday. But I appreciate the hell out of you guys. One, I appreciate this guy hanging out with me, Producer Kevin. It's later. It's 10:20 my time. It's much later his time, and he's got a life and all that kind of stuff. But appreciate you hanging out with me, my dude. Appreciate you guys hanging out here on the channel for post game. I know there's a lot of Dodgers content out there right now. I appreciate you guys choosing us, at least for a little bit. And we're going to be here all postseason long. John Bleeding Blue, $2 super chat, says happy birthday, Clint. Dodgers, let's go. Appreciate you. Rebecca says happy birthday. Mr. Classic, happy birthday. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the super chats. I wrote down some of the names. If I missed anybody, I didn't mean it, but the big ones. You guys are insane. My guy Nick, Bob Nightingale in there, Jesse Beer, Matt Goat Yachty. You guys are awesome. I be stroking in here. Diane, I saw your late in DT dropped the super chat in there. Very much appreciate you, Diane. Everybody who also dropped a super chat. Another one here from Syndrome, $5. BC says you've outlasted the other streams. Yeah, I've been going now for an hour and a half of postgame between this and Dodgers Territory. If you missed Dodgers Territory, check it out. Let me know what you think of that as well. I'm directing the show now. I'm self-conscious about it. I want to make sure it looks good.
It looked great. It looked great.
No,
I watched it. It looked great.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But guys, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you listen on the podcast side, and if you do listen on the podcast side, or even if you're watching now, if you could rate and review the podcast, that really does go a long way in continuing to make the show bigger and better for our network. Believe they can sell it and make us, hopefully get us bigger, better sponsors, all that kind of stuff. It goes a very, very long way. But also thank you for the comments, the questions, the engagement here on the channel. Even if the numbers were a little bit lower because everybody else was live, you guys brought the fire. $1.99 bonus super chat from Noah Ortega. 818.
We take quality over quantity here.
818 LA Rika says, Clit, are you on foul territory? But they said Clit, not Clint, so appreciate that. Yeah, I'm part of the foul territory network.
I haven't told you this yet, but everybody's kind of got like not a handle, but like a nickname. And have you ever watched Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
I have. I don't remember enough of it.
Okay, so at one point, Jay calls himself the Clint Commander.
Yeah.
The Clint Commander.
Your boy's old now.
You just throwing that out there. It wasn't exactly the Clint Commander. Just subtract the end and you get the whole. You get the joke, but just throwing that out there. If we need to dub you something.
I'll make a shirt. It'll be a special shirt for Patreon or something like that. Didn't mention that, guys. If you want to support the show as well and join us on Discord, support through Patreon. It's $5 a month, and if you pay the $5 a month, you can join us on Discord, patreon.com/realfrg, or click the join button here on YouTube, and we can talk all through a World Series championship and hopefully a parade. Anthony Keene says, "I am the Clint Commander." I'm going to go ahead and say that. But shout out the moderators for doing a kick-ass job. You can't moderate us live here, and the bad words we're saying, you can't moderate the voicemails, but you do a good job. Somebody is 818 Lar Rika. I'm going to go with that. Says demonetized again. Guys, stop demonetizing us. The voicemails, you got to clean up. Clean the fuck up. That's what I'm saying here. Grandma's watching. Grandma is watching. I used to hear that from some asshole I used to work for. But anyways, All Dodgers is presented by Bet Online. That is producer Kevin. Give him a follow at producer Kevin or at Skinner7Kevin if he's remaining lazy. I'm Real FRG on all the things because I understand branding. Make it easy. Swollen Sausage. $1.99. to send us out. Dwight Gooden should get powdered.
Dwight Gooden alive? Hold on. I don't know.
He should get powdered up and pitch. Swollen Sausage, I appreciate the hell out of you. All right, that's about it.
He's very much alive.
He's very much alive. He's very much alive. But guys, appreciate you guys. We'll see you the next time we see you. Okay, bye.